Good morning. Welcome to the Wednesday, December 29th episode of Morning Coffee and Chat. Good morning, Santee. Good to see you this morning. Hope you're doing well. Hey, Wook. Good to see you, bud. Yep, here we go. Whoop, whoop. Oh, man. Good morning, Stephen. Hope everybody is doing really good this morning. Hope the weather is nice, pleasant. Is that the right word? Pleasant, where everybody's at. We actually got snow yesterday. We got like 2 inches of snow, and how we only got two, I'll never know. Because I mean, that stuff was coming down hard yesterday for probably 3 or 4 hours. And when it all said and done, and I went out to shovel the back deck, you only had like 2 inches of snow. Good morning, Kentucky girl. Good to see you. But as soon as the snow ended, it temperature went up a degree and it turned to slop, and most of it melted off the back deck. And that's about it. Oh, morning, Ty. Good mysterious things are happening around here in south central Iowa. Like what? Mysterious things. Big feats, um, unidentified aerial phenomena. Uh, what kind of mysterious things? What was your car opened up again and weird things stuck in it? I don't know. No snow yet for Wookie. Morning, JC. Good to see you this morning. The girls wake up this morning and start like hopping around on one hand. I mean, what kind of mysterious things? I mean, you know my life. Mysterious to me could be a wide array of things. Grass cut, weeding the garden. Wow, that's uh that's a lot. I'm working on a new album so far called Steven Sheets and Friends. Did you sing a little bit? Yep, I sing a little bit, very little bit. Oh man, what a morning. I have got to try to figure out if there is something my doctor can give me to help me sleep. This is 3 mornings in a row I have been up before 3 a.m. and not going to bed until midnight. That is not enough sleep for old feller. My best friend of 30 plus years asked me to move to a cabin in the woods with her and her two kids. Well, ask if you consider it. Huh? Is this the friend of 30 plus years we've talked about before? The one that pretty much knows you inside and out. Are you sure she's not a serial killer? Morning, Tony. Good to see you this morning. Or a cannibal, or oh, okay, yeah, that one. She's nice. I don't think she's a cannibal or a serial killer. At least I don't think so. I mean, she works at a grocery store, so if she's got to eat people, then she's not doing her job very well. JC shacked up. Well, shaked up, but still, I know what she meant. That's a red flag. It's always the quiet ones. Yeah, we've talked about this one before. She seems like a really nice, a really nice girl. I would consider that. I'd think about it really hard. I mean, a cabin in the woods with her and two more kids. Next time we all see Tyler, all this is going to be salt and pepper. All this is going to be white. He's going to be shaking uncontrollably. I live in a cabin with four kids. Would be little house in the big woods. Well, following the advice I gave you about a month ago on this girl, I would say that that might be a situation worth seriously considering. And yeah, dirt floors. Now, the real kick in the butt will be going to the cabin for the first time with her, and walking into the bedroom and seeing pictures of you like all over one entire wall. Even pictures that you didn't know were taken. You know, Tyler out in the yard, Tyler hanging Christmas lights, Tyler in the shower. Uh, I mean, she does a lot to help me and the kids. We're seeing her at work. She's got a very high reputation in town. Like, she gets along with Southern folks down home, humble like me. Run, dude, run. When he first told me about her, I thought the same thing. Run, dude, run. But it was my fault because I asked him, instead of shopping around for these hoe bags that he's got stuck with in the past, does he know anybody that he's known most of his life that knows him inside and out, knows about all of his accomplishments and all the mistakes he's made, and still cares about him and is always there. And he brought this girl up first thing. And it's like, regardless of how bad I F something up, she's right there for me to help me out, to give me advice, to be my friend. It's like, dude, you can't beat that. If they can look at the serious screw ups in your life and still love you, there's something about them. You could always move out if you live. Well, good. I'm glad that I'm glad that she is making a legitimate step to further your relationship with her. Seeing as how you've been too big of a chicken poop over the last few years to make the first step, I'm glad she's got some balls and actually did it. Uh-huh. Just make sure she doesn't have a house made of candy in an unusually large oven. Yeah, don't fall into that trick there, Hansel. So it is Wednesday, guys. We have got 2 more days. 2 more days left in 2021. I cannot believe this year has flown by like it has, especially after last year. Coffee time. Most definitely coffee time. I brewed me up a brand new pot this morning. Been sitting here drinking on this thing since a quarter after 3. Aha, the older woman. The older woman. Yeah, 2021 was not exactly on my top 10 list of best years I've lived through. That's for sure. 2020 was worse. 2021 just flew by though. We, I don't know, just kind of flew by. Um, Want to let you guys know I will not be live tonight. I am in the process of working on a 2021 video to end the year with. I will be on here both Friday morning and Friday night, as far as I can tell right now. I may not be on Friday morning because I'm going to be on for 8 hours on Friday evening on New Year's Eve. Um, I may just sleep in so I can stay up later because I'll be on from like 7 to 3 um, on New Year's Eve into early New Year's morning. Um, I might sleep in just to try to get a little bit of extra sleep in. I've only been sleeping 2 or 3 hours a night, closer to 2. For the last 3 nights, I've been going to bed between 11:30 and 12, and I've been getting up ready to start my day before 1:30. I forced myself to lay back down, and I'm back up again in an hour and a half or 2 hours and can't go back to sleep. Last night, I actually woke up 4 times in a 2.5 hour span, and it wasn't even worth it. Benadryl and a shot of bullet. The wife takes these PM pills, but she's out. So I need to try to go, and they help her sleep. And with her restless leg syndrome and stuff like that, it's really hard for her to get to sleep. She takes a couple of these PM pills, um, and they knock her butt out. So usually when I take a couple of them, I can actually sleep for 5 or 6 hours. So I'm going to try. I'm going to try that. Don't drink before bed. I don't drink before bed. It's 3 or 4 hours before I even think about laying down when I take my last drink. Morning, folks. On the way to church, I'm painting in the sanctuary the last few days. Have to finish up today. I'll hook up with the show when I get there. We just got sanctuary Wi-Fi. Cool. Sounds good, Rusty. Sounds good. Two of us went on the project. Tony forgot what part of Missouri did you say your property was? Um, wow. Maybe I will try that. I need to do something. I need to do something. An hour ago, I was sitting here in the studio compiling the video clips and stuff for this end of the year video, and I was doing everything in my power not to fall asleep. It was bad. Way down south, it's funny. I just seen some property there for sale. Here we go. Cape Girardeau. I just seen a thing about 2 hours ago on property for sale by the government um, in areas like Arizona, Nevada, Colorado, South Dakota, where it's a land contract deal. You don't even have to go through a bank to get it. But we're talking about some pretty rough land here. Some of these areas have got no roads. They definitely have no sewage or power or electrical or anything else. I mean, you are straight up off the grid if you try to buy any of these places and try to build a cabin or something on there. I mean, it's going to cost you $1.5 million to run all the modern cool things you need for a house. Getting mouse from the Cape. And when I clean it up, I'll vacuum. Wonder if I can find a cat. Was on land. Launch. Was looking at land in Missouri, Arkansas, Tennessee, Arizona, Michigan. Morning, Noodles. Good to see you this morning. Hope you're doing well. The one thing you must look for is no restrictions. Yeah, I was blown away by that. I didn't know the government ever gave anything away. But I'll tell you what, I seen that. It's like 10 places. It was 10 places you could go and 10 places you could buy land and didn't need a bank. And I was just completely blown away. Oh, okay. You too, Santi. Have a good day, bud. Thanks for stopping in, hanging out for a few minutes. Have a good day yourself, and we'll talk to you later. Take care, Santi. Leave the bottle. Yeah, mine is sitting right up here, still chilled. Nice and cool. Nope, I was originally thinking about having a guest speaker tonight, but then yesterday I started working on that compilation video of all the really cool things and all the really crappy things we went through this year. And it's like, I'm going to put one of those things together. There were a few owner finance parcels when we were looking. I didn't want to finance paid cash. Makes sense. The most I've seen for land for sale, Arizona, Missouri, Michigan, than anywhere else. Well, there's a lot of places here in Michigan where you can buy wooded acreage. No, I'm going to stream for sure. I'm going to stream Friday evening. For sure. 100% for sure. Nothing is stopping that, but I won't be streaming tonight. I probably won't be streaming Friday morning. I might, I don't know. It just depends on when I wake up and how I feel. I love being on here. I love streaming. I am not going to put myself in the hospital to do it. I don't see the doctor until the 12th of January. So I have to figure out something to try to get some kind of sleep under my belt before I can get anything from them. So, but I will for sure, without a doubt, be on Friday evening. Still trying to convince her into Michigan. Oh, trying to bring the store manager with you. I see. I would never consider going to worst winters. Oh no, not 1 month of summer in Michigan. Our summer starts in May, and um, we still had decent weather in October this year. We have summers that get up over 100 degrees here. We have summers that don't get up over 75 degrees. We have warm, arid, dry summers. We have summers where, 3 months out of the summer it rains. It just depends. We have all kinds of climatic differences and changes and alterations here in the state. I like cooler temperatures. I like going out and walking in the snow. I love going out and tracking in the woods and stuff in the wintertime. putting on all the wool and following following all the animal tracks and the game trails and stuff. This past Saturday here was almost 50 degrees. 75 in southeastern Missouri. It was 50 and very pleasant here. A little bit of a breeze coming in from the west across the lake. Other than that, very nice, very comfortable. Man, look at them. Look at those numbers go up and down. We were up to 11, down to 5 now. I can track critters in mud. I can track critters in mud too. But I love going out, putting on all the wool, um, tracking around. It's always been one of my favorite winter activities. Not to mention, like yesterday, the snow came down so wet that within an hour, the trees were all covered with snow, and we had good ground cover, road cover, everything. But with, like I said, within an hour of it ending, everything on the sidewalks, everything on the roads was all gone. It was in the yards, in the trees, stuff like that. So 70 now, high 79. Yep. Did you get the other revolver? This one here I got from our follower on the old channel that lives over in Monroe. He sent it to me because it didn't work, it didn't cock, the cylinder didn't spin, the rammer wouldn't break loose, nothing. And within 15 minutes of working on it, I had it working just fine. So these are the two right here that I want to get the simulated bone handles for. Make them a matching set of 44s, just like Hickok used to use. It actually came in the same package that all the wanted posters came in. Oh, I could use rest. Believe me, I could use it. Will I ever get it? Probably not. I was referring to the bone handles, Tony, not the size of the gun, but the matching bone handles. What I was referring to. Remember my mind what it was. Ho hum. So, does anybody have any plans for New Year's Eve? Hmm. I kind of figured that's what you meant, Ty. I didn't figure you meant what it was. I would have chose 1860s and 44, but to each his own. No, I know I'm aligned. No, no plans. Too crazy out there. New Year's Eve plans for me: sit at home with the kids, work on getting more stuff the following week. We don't do anything either. It's been forever since we've done anything. That's why I'm doing the long live stream, and she's going to bed since she has to work New Year's Day. That isn't true. For 58 Remington. Well, I like my 44s. Not only are they flashy and they work really, really well, but they can be loud as thunder if you set them up that way. And well, needless to say, when I do my shooting at the events and stuff like that, I I like loud and lots of smoke. I know what kid's mom is doing, whining, turning tricks. Good morning, Marco. Hope you're doing good today, amigo. Did I quit? No. 30 years. I'm not going to quit. Quitting reenacting is like stopping breathing for me. Doing good. Doing good. Looking forward to New Year's. Loud is something with Magnum attached to its name. True that. New Year's Eve. Partying harder than a rock star. Well, the nice thing about it is your kids are out of that mess, so you don't got to worry about it. Well, if you wanted to be a real stinker about it, you could always run down there to the hardware store and buy a red light bulb. And real late at night, when everybody's in the house all doing their thing and partying, you just run up to the front of her house, screw that red light bulb in her front porch light, and then run off. Exactly. That's probably when I'll quit. And then I mean, if I could find another way to do it after that. Maybe I'll have it in my will that starting right after I die, um, that they start dressing me up as Elmer McCurdy and just putting me in a cat or putting me in a old pine box and moving me around to events and just stand me up somewhere against a tree or something like that. Just keep me out of the rain so I don't get soft. But I got no problem imitating Elmer McCurdy. Oh yeah, if I can find a way, Marco, you better bet I will. Thanks, Tony. Appreciate that. Really do. That was the only chicken I could find. Oh, goodness gracious sakes. My pleasure. Hey, I think I look pretty good for a half dead old rotten dude. Almost 54 years old. Still go out there and play with the kids. Oh, it's an automated bot, Marco. Those links that they put up there, um, 9 times out of 10 go to sex sites and stuff like that. We don't want no part of those in this channel. Everyone's saying around here, clean your house before New Year's, or it'll be dirty all year. Makes sense. You always want to start off the beginning of the year like you want your year to be. Polo is a Spanish word for chicken. Oh, looks like I probably should have checked with Rusty before I titled this live stream last night, since he's not going to be here unless somebody else wants to take the reins. I guess we're not going to have today in history. Good morning, Candy. Good to see you this morning. Hope you're doing good. In Portuguese, estrango or galinha. No, it's not going to happen. Hurricane, 2 kids and a puppy destroyed the inside of my house. There's no way I'll get it clean enough before New Year's. Oh, come on, Tyler. All it takes is a little effort. Well, and a broom in one girl's hand and a vacuum cleaner in the other. Oh, we're doing good. Just woke up a few minutes ago. Haven't even had coffee yet. Well, go get your coffee, girl. You can't start off the day chatting with folks not having no coffee. Carpet unless the house all wood floor. All right. Well, then you put a broom in one of their hands and a sponge and a bucket of Minwax in the other one. You go through and re-wax all your floors. And believe you me, I know that can't do that without my coffee or my medicine. Well, I suggest you get a dose of both of them. Jesus Christ. Right now we are at 34 degrees Fahrenheit. We got snow yesterday. That's some of it stuck around, but for the most part, pretty good. It's cool, but it's nice. Morning pudding, had breakfast. I'm working on it right now. Thank you very much. Sometimes take time. Yeah, believe me, I know, Ty. I know. Snow, not where you live. A lot of places aren't getting it. This is our first real snow we've had that we've had so far this year. We've had like snow flurries, but they've been gone almost as fast as they stop. This time it's actually sticking around, um, which is cool. I mean, I like the snow, especially when it hangs from the trees and everything else. It's just really pretty. Right here in Alabama since late last night. See, yeah, you've been getting the rain. We've been getting the snow up here. It was actually snowing clear down into central Indiana yesterday for a while. So we've still got snow in the grass and on rooftops and in the trees here, but it melted on the roads and sidewalks and stuff just as quick as the snow ended. Feeding the fire ants, grits, add water, maybe they'll blow up. Well, the cold part could be snowy and 70. Yeah, exactly. Snow makes everything pretty. You can't handle that kind of cold. Yeah, I mean it got down right at 32 yesterday, and as soon as the snow ended, it went up to 33 degrees, and that's when everything melted on the roads. Plus, as soon as the snow started, our our street people were out salting the roads and everything. So they were on the ball. I was actually quite shocked. Um, don't forget your young fan is going to call you on her birthday. Okay. We get some snow every once in a while here. Yep, right now we are 34 degrees and cloudy. I looked outside this morning and everything was gone on the roads and stuff, but the yards and the houses and the trees all still looked really nice. So made me kind of look forward to sunrise a little bit. I enjoy the snow. I think it's pretty. Um, that's the one thing I missed about living in the Southwest was no snow. Um, But I mean, don't get me wrong. I like my spring, summer, and fall too. The only bad thing that I've really seen with the state of Michigan is the fact that you can start having snowfall on Halloween, and it snow clear up until April. Just depends on what the wind currents and everything do coming out of Canada. Realistically, I can't drive all the way over there for a birthday as much as I'd love to kill four birds with one stone. True. Mountains in the southwest, snow on top of them. Yep, and I think that's absolutely amazing about everything on the west side of the Mississippi. I mean, even Santee gets snow on the mountaintops and everything just outside of Tucson. That's the whole reason why he said that he wouldn't bother bringing his wife up here to enjoy the snow we have here. If she wants to build a snowman or make a snow angel, they can drive for an hour, go up in the mountains, and she can play all day long, then come back down into the 65-degree temperatures and stuff. So I tried my hardest last year to get him to come up, and he said no. He said he wasn't going to come up here and have to deal with it himself. He just let her deal with it alone. Um, that is one bonus to the Mid South. It can snow, but it never lasts long. Very true. Very true. I think last year, mom and dad had a total of probably 6 inches of snow all winter long in east central Tennessee. Um, they'd wake up in the morning, it'd be 20 degrees, and have 2 or 3 inches of snow out in the yard. And by 10 o'clock in the morning, all there was snow in the shadows of their trees that lined the driveway. And by noon or 1 o'clock, it was all gone. But I think they said they got a total of about 6 or 7 inches last year from November till March. Coffee time. Whoop, whoop. Yeah, gas prices have actually gone down here. Our gas prices have been right back into that 275, 280 a gallon thing again. So we uh, we put gas in her car in her Saturn the other day, and I think we put $20 in it and got 3/4 of a tank. So not too awful bad. Gas prices sure are better than they were 6 months ago. $3.34 a gallon. Then again, I guess that's the cost of living in a small town too. They were more after that. All right, guys, I'm gonna make a run to the outhouse real quick. Y'all talk real nice amongst yourselves and stuff, and I'll be back in just a second. Um, so you win, Tony. Such is the life with a Suburban. 40 euros to fill a tank. You get 700 miles on a tank of gas. Suburbans are great for storing gas. You actually have the money to fill one of those things up, and yeah, you can go forever. Um, I've always wanted a Suburban. Never had the chance to have one. Never found one that was in good enough shape for what I need it for. But yeah, Suburbans are great. Um, the only bad thing about I don't know the conversion rate on a euro to an American dollar. I know that, and I've told you guys this before. When my buddy from England was over here 2 years ago, he was completely amazed that we pay a gallon what they pay a liter, and there are 4 liters in a gallon, so he's paying 4 times the amount to fill up his car than what we are. And it blew me away. I would have never thought of somebody paying 12 or $13 a gallon for gas. It's I'll never understand it. I'll never understand how it works. If you take about 200 miles or less with that. Putting my beast of burden ready for a trip. Destination unknown. That honestly that's the best kind of trip. When all you're doing is planning on loading up your luggage and hitting the road and don't have a destination in mind. Wherever you wind up at that looks nice um, is good. I think a dollar is about up €2 or so. Good morning, Chris. Hope you're doing good this morning, sir. Good to see you. Let me see here real quick. USD to euro. Conversion. Yeah, $1 is equal to 0.88 euro. So, yeah, 0.88. So 88 cents, 88 American cents is in euros is equal to $1 American. Mofos, I'm gonna start cleaning out. Have a good day. You too, Ty. You too. I'll holler at you later, bud. Have a good day. Yeah, exactly. When you're taking a trip like that with destination unknown, you just drive until you find some place that's ideal to you, whether it's in the city somewhere or a campground or a national park or whatever the case may be. My dad is notorious for destination unknowns. Well, when they were a little bit younger, anyway, whether they were in the car or they were on the bike or whatever, he would just look at my mom and ask her, "Do you have to work for the next couple days?" And she would say no. He said, "You want to go for a ride?" Usually, when he said, "Do you want to go for a ride?" that was the code for better go pack a suitcase. They've taken off to go on a short drive and wound up 2 states away. So you just never know with them. But those are the best kind of trips, are the ones where destination is unknown. Oh, I forgot my shed came in last night. Oops. Well, it's sitting down there on the property waiting for you. Candy's back with coffee. I need to refill my mug. Blah, 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 blah. Oh, it's there in the trailer. Okay, well, that's good. At least it's not sitting down there on the property waiting for you. Uh-huh. Before I left the house, I saw the news. They're predicting gas to be $4 a gallon next year. I'll keep up with the Verge one time. Don't know. Yeah, the wife actually, she's seen something on her little news she gets on her phone every day. And it said last night that people, American consumers, should look for grocery prices to be up 5% right after the first of the year. So we'll just see what happens. Yeah, it's much cheaper to get a horse if you live someplace that allows you to have a horse. Most towns have got ordinances against any hoofed animals inside town or city or city property. So much like our town, um, we could have chickens, we could have ducks, we could have geese, have anything like that, but we can't have hogs, cattle, sheep, or horses. You got it. Ride a cowboy. Hard to get 700 miles a day out of a horse. It is. It is. Be lucky to get 700 miles a week out of a horse. Yep. Horses and dogs, man's best friend. You got it. And it's very, very hard to take a long distance journey um, on horseback anymore. I mean, you literally have to go through or touch a major road or an interstate or something, at least when you're crossing over major rivers and stuff like that, because there's no other way across. So, believe me, I would absolutely positively love to ride from Michigan um, out west and do the horse or do it on horseback. Um, Several years ago, we had the chance. If you guys will remember, here a few months ago, I done a small thing on my Cherokee teacher, Little Crow, and 23 years ago, 24 years ago, we were approached to do the Lewis and Clark ride. And there's just too much red tape, too much insurance, too much everything, because you have to ride certain areas on an interstate or go through towns that just weren't there. And it's a big undertaking. Yes, horses can swim. You are absolutely right. Horses swim really good, except in raging rivers. And if you're doing a long expedition kind of thing at the wrong time of the year, trying to cross a major river on horseback, it don't work very well. Oh yeah, I'm sure saddle sores and blisters are just going to be part of it. Um, the pain would be almost unbearable at times. That's why you only ride like 20 miles a day, 30 miles a day, and then you tether the horse up, take the saddle off of it, throw your bedding down, stretch out, and relax. Wild horses at the beach. Got wild horses at the beach? Yeah, exactly. You enter the Mississippi in Iowa and you exit it in Arkansas. That's about it. Huh. Wow. I did not know that. I really wish that that fella that has the overland stage that I'd done the video on a few months ago. Um, I wish he'd do another trip. The one that owned the Butterfield stage. I wish he'd do another trip, but he's up in his 70s now. Um, as hard as that was on him in his late 40s to do, it seems almost impossible he'd be able to do it in his late 60s, early 70s now. So, but that I think that would be an amazing trip. Either doing it on a stage or doing it in a wagon and retracing the steps of our ancestors and stuff like that. I think that would be, I think that'd be a very, very cool thing to undertake. But I guess nobody has an interest in doing that kind of fun stuff anymore. 20 years ago, people had no problem doing it. Oh, what was it? They done the Louisiana Purchase Run. They done the Lewis and Clark Run, and they done the Exodus Run. And people would put this stuff together, go out and do fundraisers for it and things like that, just to let people see history being lived all over again. You'd have 8 or 10 people in covered wagons, a bunch of people on horseback, stuff like that, and they would make that 5 or 6 or 700 mile run. Stop by schools, talk to the kids, stop by towns, just really try do everything in their power to bring that history back. But people just don't either have the means or have the interest to do that stuff anymore like they used to. People have no idea how hard travel was. You have no idea how hard travel is. How hard it is to travel nowadays. Exactly. It was very, very hard for people to travel back in the day. It was hard mentally. It was hard physically. It was hard emotionally to make those 5, 6, 7, 800,000 mile treks. And you're right. There isn't enough money in it. Um, like I said, people were going out. They were going to major businesses. They were going to historic organizations, everything, and collecting money to do this. And some of them would get paid to stop by a town or stop by a school and give a presentation to the kids. But still, I mean, you figure, oh, not to mention people along the way would set up a feast for them, um, pack food for them, pack horse feed, stuff like that. But I mean, you still have major repairs um, to go along the way, and other costs and fees that you know you wind up pulling even before it's all said and done. Either going to be at the church, going to have the grandkids. My backside, my backside, yeah. But frankly, I would love to organize something like that. A long distance trail ride, um, a cattle ride, something that brings our history and the history of the country back into the foreground. Um, but that's major fundraising right there. You too, Tony. Take care of yourself, and hopefully, if I don't see you Friday morning, we'll see you Friday evening for at least part of the stream. At Portugal, 2 school classes the students dislike is mathematics and history. It's about the same here. It's about the same here. Um, a lot of the problem with history, well, a lot of problem with the mathematics is 90% of the stuff mathematical that they teach you in school these days, you'll never use once in your entire life. And the problem with history is the fact that the schools teach such an abridged version of history that the kids don't, when the kids do find something that really interests them, then they don't learn anything about it. They learn a half a page or even just a day of talking about it in class, then they move on to something else. And it leaves the kids lost. They don't know what to think of it. They don't know what to do. I have a blow up mattress, travel pack on top, cooler food. What else I need? Mattress, travel pack, cooler food. Um, Extra clothes. Don't forget extra clothes, especially some sockies. Dry socks. Always a start to a great day. A pillow for the first 10 miles or so. See, I used to love math when I was in school. I loved mathematics. Then when I got into high school, they started developing this thing called new math, where the answer wasn't important. Showing how you got it was what you were graded on. And, at that point in my life, my mom was working industrial and she flipped out on the schools. She asked them, "At what job have you ever worked at in your life where you had to show how you arrived at the answer to a problem? They just ask you what the answer is." Well, the government says, I don't care what the government says. The government don't know. But for 2 years of my high school life, that was our mathematics. It didn't matter what the answer was, it was the equation that you had to have right. For the longest time, I could look at a math problem and just write the answer down. I didn't even need to do any equative work. I could look at the numbers and I could just write down the answer and it was right. And that perturbed the hell out of my teachers because they wanted to see how I come up with the answer. How you come up with it shouldn't matter as long as it's right. Yep, it sounds like she is raring and ready to go. That's for sure. She is not wasting no time. She has got that beast of burden packed up and she's ready for a little bit of a road trip. And the problem with history in schools is kind of like my problem was with history when I was in high school. I mean, they didn't teach as short of history as they do now, but I didn't like history in school because history in school didn't tell you everything. They would tell you all the important parts, but they wouldn't tell you what the results were, why this had to be done. They didn't give you any secondary names. They gave you the main players in the play, and they give you a very quick synopsis of what it was about. And that was it. And it wasn't until I got out of school and actually started studying history that I became the history buff that I am today. Um, what can I say? I guess when you have 1,000 years of history to teach and you've only got a semester to do it, it's kind of hard to touch on everything. So again, for everybody who wasn't here at the beginning of the stream, I am working on a compilation video of 2021 for the channel to be put up before New Year's. I will not be streaming tonight. I don't know about Friday morning yet, since I'm doing an 8-hour stream Friday night, which is going to put me up to about 3 o'clock in the morning. I might not stream Friday morning. I might just stay in bed and get as much sleep as I can to get ready for Friday night. So we'll see. I haven't decided yet. If you guys get the notification on Friday morning that we're going to have a video or a live stream, then I guess we'll have it. We'll just have to see. Got us about 35 minutes left already. Doggone. Of course, with the compilation video that I'm doing, I think you guys will be amazed. Hey, Blaine, good morning, brother. Hope you're doing good today. Yep, 34 minutes. But with the compilation video for 2021 that I'm working on, I think you guys will be blown away by the milestones that we have surpassed already in a month of having this brand new channel. I bet we've surpassed 25 or 30 milestones so far in a month. At least one every day, sometimes 2 or 3 in a day. So, but those will all be listed in the video as well. Let me see here. 33. Yep, 33 minutes to go. Good morning, Sunny. Hope you're doing good this morning, dear. How much snow did we get? We got about 2 inches. It snowed for probably 3.5 or 4 hours. We wound up getting about 2 inches of snow. As soon as the snow stopped, temperature went up a degree. And everything on the roads, everything on the sidewalks melted right away. but we still have snow in the trees, on the rooftops, all over the yards and the driveways and everything. So, and I think it's supposed to snow again today. So we'll see. Right now we're sitting at 34, but that's how yesterday started off too. Was 34, 35 degrees, and it dropped down to freezing and snow. So we will just have to see. Three inches, and it was all time I was trying to run errands. Snow will melt only with your sunshine. We're snowed in. My snowplow guy said he was waiting because we're getting more. 30 degrees. Yeah, you're about 4 degrees cooler than we are right now. Um, isn't that the way it normally goes, Blaine? I mean, when you have running to do and you got to be out in it, isn't that normally when it gets crappy? But yeah, I don't blame your snowplow guy, Sonny. I mean, why is he going to go out and waste the gas and stuff um, to plow if he's going to have to come back out an hour and a half later and plow again? 1:30, the guy was out here. Yeah, I mean, it was actually coming down hard. I'm really surprised we only got 2 inches out of the deal. It was coming down so hard there for a while. It was really hard to see the houses across the street. And yeah, when it ended, I opened up the back door and looked out, and I was just in complete shock that we only had 2 inches on the deck. And of course, I really honestly think that the as quick as our town road guys responded yesterday. I mean, the second it started snowing, as soon as we had a cover on the roads, they were out salting the roads. So I think that really helped getting the roads cleaned off and stuff when the snow stopped. They'll plow tomorrow. I still owe for the other two. He came when I was sleeping. Yeah, I don't know what we're going to do this year. If we get a really heavy snow, we might be screwed because the guy who used to do our driveways and stuff don't do them anymore. He got rid of his truck and plow. So, and he's the only one here in town. He had all the contracts with the grocery store, with the pharmacy, with the Dollar General, with Family Dollar. So I don't know what they're going to do now, or what the people, the general population, are going to do about getting their driveways and stuff done. I respect you guys have big snowstorms. Oh, we've had some big ones. We've had some big ones. The last really big one we had was probably 7 years ago, and I was living just down over the Indiana line, and that was almost 6 feet of snow. We haven't had another big one yet, but I'm waiting. I am waiting for it. Do you have a Facebook page for your area? Or so sometimes people up your post on there wanting a plow person. Yeah, we have one for the area. They pretty much just post whatever on there. The admin for that page is a jerk, and he decides what goes on his page and what don't go on his page. So, all right, Blaine, you have a good day too. Be careful. Um, I'm not as much concerned about your ability as the ability of the idiots driving around you. So you just be careful, take care of yourself, and keep spinning and winning, bud. Too much can make your life miserable and tough. Well, if we get snowed in here, it's a 2 block walk to the store. So as long as they can keep the store open, we're not going to starve to death or eat the cats. If I can post on there, Sonny, that's the same jerk who blocked me last week from posting my videos and stuff on there. Um, he said my videos had nothing to do with the town, and I probably used a few choice words that I shouldn't have about never having a problem posting my videos on our local page until he took over in July this year. Until him and his wife took over in July this year. Which for 2 years I've been posting my videos on there, and everybody loved it because of me being based right here in town. That's when I was having people drive by and take pictures when I was filming outside, or when they would see me down at the Log Cabin Museum. They'd stop in and watch me film and stuff like that. And now, since they took over, almost every single video that I make that has nothing to do with Michigan gets blocked, and then they block me for 24 hours or 3 days or a week or whatever from posting anything else on there. So, sale site. That's why. I don't know. I'll have to check and see about a rummage sale site for our area. Good morning, Carson. Good to see you. Yeah, you just made it. We got about 34 or about 24 minutes left. So, yeah. Slash tires. That's what I did. I got to find the dude first. Nah, I can't do that kind of stuff to people. To each their own. To each their own. I've got 300 other sites to post to. So if one person wants to scoff and whine about it, I guess nobody local will see the videos. Make a phone call or two. Oh man, so tired. I'm so tired. This 2 and 3 hour night stuff, guys. We have got to get out there, and like I said, I got to get some PM pills or something that's going to help me sleep. You do that here, you go to prison for 3 years for destruction of private property. Yeah, exactly. Even before the weather, sunny, probably for the last 4 days, I've been going to bed midnight and up by 3 a.m. Last night I was awake 4 times. I was actually awake through the night last night more than I was asleep. Me to blow up a batch and send to you. Sure, why not? Need to do something. I asked the wife this morning if she had any PM pills left because I got to do something to sleep. Yeah, we got some pretty tough laws, bud. And what's really funny is in America, a lot of them will post laws, and when the law becomes obsolete, they'd never take them off the books. We still have laws in several of our states here in America that are over 100 years old. I remember when I lived in Texas, looking into laws on the books. Um, Stupid things like um, if you're carrying a large sum of money, anything over $5, you are required by law to have at least one serviceable firearm on your person. Um, all property is required by law to have at least one revolver and one rifle for home protection. Um, what were some other ones? Those were just in Texas, and those were both set up in the 1870s. Um, I think it's Boston. Boston has one that you're not allowed to. I think the law states you're not allowed to give your horse a bath on Sundays. Another city somewhere in the country has one that says you're not allowed to wash your sheep in a bathtub. Just dumb things like that. Too many cameras and Karens. There you go. Too many cameras and Karens. That's very well put, actually. We don't have that big of a problem down here in this part of the state, at least not in a town like this. That's why our old chief of police don't even require me to contact him when I'm going to be outside shooting for a video. Um, they said, we have a new chief now, so I got to invite him down here for a shoot this coming summer. But yeah, our old chief. Well, if anybody calls up here talking about hearing gunshots, we'll just let them know it's you. So, which they know. I know my gun safety. They know that I'm not irresponsible with them, and I'm always shooting blanks. So yeah, they don't really care. Only time I'll wear a mask. But I don't go to cities. I'm in the country. We might as well be too. I mean, this is just a small village compared. I mean, our entire town would fit in most neighborhoods in Grand Rapids or Kalamazoo or Detroit. Templar, good to see you. Hope work is going well today. A king came to Portugal in the 18th century, took a look to the laws back then. After reading the laws, he asked if we still have any population. Because because there were many laws that give you the death sentence. Wow. That is not the ending to that story I was thinking about. Yeah, I know the suspense, but I like when Marco tells how things are in Portugal and stuff. That's one of those countries that I've never really delved into learning the history and stuff like that. So it's really cool when he tells stories from Portugal. Poland being another one. You know, Steph's great grandmother was born in Poland, and they were in Poland during the occupation. All before grandma had the stroke, all she remembered was that the area her family came from in Poland is where the royal family lived at. And it was like one of those pictures of a medieval kingdom because they had the castle in the center of the town, and then the people all lived around the castle. And she said she remembered seeing old photographs and stuff from her mom and her grandmother, um, of the old country, of the old village and everything in Poland where she came from. So, but someone told the king that many laws were not applied to anyone. It was only for show. I still want to go to Cuba. Well, you know, Cuba would be interesting. And Marco, about 6 years ago, I went up against our township because I own a fish market. And the guy renting it had a flashing sign, and they tried to get me to have it shut off due to a law of the 1800s. Yeah, it's really funny. They put these laws on the books, then no one pays any attention to them for 50 or 75 years, and then when someone gets their post toasties peed in, then they want to start dredging up these old laws and stuff about things that they can't, things that they aren't supposed to do because this law says it. Structured the ordinances. Go figure. electricity. Yeah, you really wouldn't think so with a law coming out of the 1800s. But then again, this part of the country had electricity earlier than what they did out west. Um, During the latter part of the 1800s, there were saloons and stuff out west that were ran with electricity. Um, I would have to check. Let me see here real quick. Something else I just thought of. Okay, yeah, 1880. A lot of people don't realize Indiana, believe it or not, Indiana has got the very first town ever completely lit by electrical lighting. Wabash, Indiana. It was March 31st, 1880. Um, when you enter the town, it says right there on their sign that they were the first electrically lit city in America, and but it doesn't give a date on the sign. So I wanted to check that real quick. But yeah, it was March of 1880. They replaced all candle and oil street lights with electric street lights. So you figure by 1885, 1886, it had already moved westward. Yep, and Elwood was the first town in Indiana that was just totally lit. So get more problems. Can't tie up a horse anywhere in Philadelphia that doesn't have a hitching post. There you go. Another one of those stupid laws. But yeah, a lot of people don't realize that there were actually several saloons in your larger cities that were powered by electricity. Especially when those gas explosions would happen. Yeah. Here it was about in the beginning of the 20th century, not in every place here on Porto or Lisbon. Hmm. Yeah, it just really blew me away that the little town, the little city, it's actually a city. The little city of Wabash, Indiana was fully powered by electricity before New York was. Um, Before Boston, before Philadelphia, any of those. The little tiny town of Wabash, Indiana was the first completely electrical lit city in America. Good morning, fishing. Good to see you, bud. Hope you're doing good this morning. You know yourself that it probably wasn't blinking sign lights in the 1800s. Yeah, exactly. Exactly. So they were probably worrying about other displays or signage, and just thought that it would apply to your blinking light at the fish market. Not to mention the interior of the country. Wabash used to be a non-town, though. It was actually quite metropolitan. Yeah. Yeah, we got a little bit of snow. We got a couple inches out of 4 hours of snow, which, like I said earlier, blows me away as hard as it snowed for a while. We only got 2 inches out of it. So, but it actually looks a lot more wintry here now. Which they thought we were going to get more snow than we did, and because it was a pretty big storm that come in off Lake Michigan. So I mean, just within minutes of getting an actual covering on the roads, the plow trucks were out salting the roads and stuff, and within 3 hours, the snow had stopped. The roads were or there was no snow left on the roads. Nothing. So they just pretty much wasted their time going out and doing it, thinking we were going to get this major snowfall, and we only got a couple of inches out of it. Snow showers yesterday, but no accumulation. All right, y'all. Got to get some sleep. Enjoy your day. You too, Carson. Take care of yourself, bud, and get some rest. And we'll catch you later. We had 2 inches on top of 2 to 3 inches we got last night. You get your stuff to make French toast. No. No French toast. The wife hates French toast. If anything, I'll pull out some of that surplus waffle powder we got, or pancake mix that we got in the box in the pantry, and make waffles or something. Winter is coming. I think there is a season title of Game of Thrones. Yes, winter is coming. I don't think it thinks it's here yet, but it's coming. Uh, nope. We got bread, we got eggs, and we don't really go through much milk here. So I think I use milk. I think we use milk more for cooking than anything else. Yeah, everyone loses it with a little bit of snow because no one knows what the snow is going to do. Like I said, it showed this huge storm come off Lake Michigan, and it was showing like major snowfall amounts. But we got puddles, dribbles, flurries. That's it. Take care, bud. We'll catch you later. Snow now. I have more snowmobiles or horses anymore. That's the one thing I enjoyed about being in the country, was breaking out the snowmobiles and riding across the fields and stuff. Um, I haven't had horses since I was wee little, but yeah, I love horseback riding, regardless of whether it's summer or winter. I think it's really cool to take the horses out, especially when it's snowing, bundle up and just ride. Watch the snow fall. Um, I miss all that. I think gotten more snow out west than we. Yeah, I think so too, Sonny. I think so too. Nothing like a girl and a snow shovel in hand. I don't know. I think most of them would rather use that snow shovel on the guy than the snow make them go out and shovel for a while. Global warming. But all right, guys and gals, it is about that time. Like I said, I will not be on tonight. I may or may not be on Friday morning, just so I can rest up for the big 8-hour stream on Friday night uh, for New Year's. But we'll see. Also, be looking sometime in the next couple of days for the compilation video on our channel in 2021. But that's it. It is 10 o'clock. It is time for me to be like a fat baby and head out. Time for me to be like a tree and leave. Time for me to be like a bunch of birds and get the flock out of here. So I was a private hunting fishing club, 300-acre lake, 1,000 acres of land surrounded by state lands, nearest neighbor over a mile away. Wow, that's heaven right there. But we'll catch you guys either Friday morning or Friday night for the New Year's Eve 8-hour live stream. But until then, y'all take care of yourselves. Take care of each other. God bless you. God love you. I do. We'll catch y'all in a couple days. Y'all take care.